Hello, welcome. My name's Tina. This is Simply in Stitches. Happy New Year. Today is Monday, the 2nd of January. I'm all confused. We've got an extra bank holiday today because New Year was on a Sunday. So that's thrown me once more. Now, I did think that over the Christmas break, and I didn't mean to be off of YouTube for as long as I was, time just slipped away. I was going to pop on and say hello between Christmas and New Year, but that didn't seem to happen. And so I thought I'd get loads of knitting done. No, didn't really happen. I'm sure you're much the same. You think you've got lots of time, but then just things are happening, or you're feeling tired because you're up late the night before and you're not used to it, speaking personally. So yes, I've had a lovely holiday, but I wish I had more knitting to show you, but I have got progress and plans. So let's start off with the Whitmoor. So this is the Whitmoor cardigan, Amy Lowden. It's not a cardigan. I'll finish the cardigan. This is the sweater. So this is the sweater. And yeah, I'm just working my way down the body. So this has been worked on the most now because it's just TV knitting and I can pick it up, put it down whenever I want to. I'm just working on that body part before I've split for the sleeves, so I'll just carry on with that. So I'm happy with that. I have the yarn behind me. So this has been knit in Drops Lima and it is, I've forgotten, it's 65% wool, 35% alpaca, and it's a DK weight. So it's not too small, it's just a nice comfortable knit, that one. And yeah, after going wrong on the lace, it's all gone smoothly now. Nothing to do with the pattern or the lace because I didn't have any trouble with the cardigan. It's just, I think, just the run up to Christmas, doing Vlogmas and everything, wasn't concentrating enough. Thank you for your lovely messages about Vlogmas. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We really enjoyed making the videos, and especially the snowball ones. I would just like to clarify that no, we hadn't had a drink before that video. That is us. Because we'd gone shopping beforehand, so I said to Gary, shall we do the snowballs now? And it's about 4:30 before even more light goes and everything. So yeah, we were stone cold sober. That is just how we are in the kitchen together. But somehow it works. I did manage, in the video previously to that one, I said I was going to Banbury and I wanted to check out the wool shop, and I did manage to check that out over the holidays, and it is a lot better for yarn than it was. It's a lovely little shop, it's got all different haberdashery. They now stock the Drops yarn, that's why I wanted to go in, because it's always nice to see colours and things. So I went over there, but unfortunately there wasn't anything. I mean, I didn't need anything. We'll talk about stash later and my stash control. So I didn't really need anything, but I thought I would like to buy something to support the shop, to show that, because obviously obviously we have to use it or lose it. So I didn't find anything. I really wanted to, because I thought at least I'll buy some sock yarn because I'll always use that. But the only sock yarn they had was the Drops Delight, and I don't like that one quite so much. I prefer the Nord for my socks in theirs. So I didn't want to have that, and I thought, well, perhaps I could if it's really nice colours, because they do colour changes ones where it merges in, and so I've used it before and really love the way the colours are, but they didn't really have a colour that I liked, so I struggled and I came away empty-handed because I didn't want to buy something I wasn't really going to use and love. But yeah, they have got some in there, and I will go back when I am in Banbury, but it's not really a destination place that I would go if I've got a project in mind. I don't think I would probably come away not getting what I want because there's such limited colours and things. So very disappointed, but it's not the shop's fault. Obviously they've got to go with what they're selling, and yeah, I think they're more of a fabric shop than a yarn shop. So let's move on to the knitting and cheer up a bit again. Okay, so let's see how Foxy chops. So I've been keeping Foxy in this box because then I can put my book in there It's the Knitted Animal Friends book. Spoken about a lot in previous videos. If you haven't seen, you can go back and have a look. And I am knitting the fox in Drops Alpaca, which is 100% alpaca. It is a 4-ply fingering weight, but I am knitting it double, so it's coming out more like a DK. So I've got this colour, Foxy Chops colour, and then a cream to go with. And I've not got very far. So last time I even had the ears, I think, didn't I? So I've got his face, her face, Charlotte she's called. I could call her Foxy Chops. We'll see. I think it's like babies. You wait until they're born and then you decide, because you know who they are when they're born. Well, I did with my Daniel anyway. So, oh, I'm trying to hold it. So, yeah, I've got ears and a face. And the face is like shaped, ready to be stuffed. And then all I've done after that is one arm. I've nearly finished the arm. So, disappointing, Tina, very disappointing. So I really want to do more on this now. But as I say, it's something that needs concentrating and looking at, because it's every line, it's like line by line knitting. So yeah, I am enjoying it, but I need to just set a time. I think that's what I'm going to do, sort of block times of when I pick what project up so I get through. Because at the moment, everything's calling to me and I'm feeling like I'm not achieving what I want to achieve, apart from the flax, because that's my TV knitting. The other one that I started that you haven't seen yet, this is the Aurora cabin shawl, and I started this on Boxing Day, 26th of December, for the knit along that's going on. And I shared my colours with you. So once again, it's the Drops Alpaca, so those are my colours. And this is how it is knitting up. It's the first time I've done a colourwork shawl, Steve. It's the first time I've done a Stephen West colourwork shawl, so obviously it is a learning curve. And I'm taking it very steady. So this is where I am so far. Ooh. So that is where it is so far. So it's really interesting. I'm really loving it. I've already did the wrong colour once. But it's not going to show. But all the colours are in play now. Now, Stephen says to carry the yarn down along the edge, just weaving it in as you go. It just got too much. It wasn't that it was getting too tangled. It's just I'm quite minimalist and I like things to be in order. And 5 different colours all around me when I'm trying to concentrate on the pattern, it didn't feel good to me. That's not how I work. So I chop them off and I'm starting again. So I am carrying them down to a certain point, but I'm looking ahead to see what colours are going to be used. And if they're not going to be used for quite a few rounds, then I'm going to chop them off and just weave them in, just sew them in, because I don't mind sewing in, and I'd rather do that and enjoy it rather than just being stressed because I've got too many colours on the go going down the side. So that is the plan. But yes, I am loving this and excited to carry on. I've got an easier part coming. I've still got quite a few of this section to go where it's got some slip stitches and things. But then there's a garter section, I think. So yeah, it's just nice to see how the colours play together. And even though I can see on pictures how it's going to be, because it's different colours, it still looks different, and excited to see how those colours all mix and how some colours pop out more than others. And so yes, I'm very happy with my colour choice so far. I would say going back to these cutting it off, obviously I'm going to be using more yarn because I'm going to be wasting quite a lot as it goes because it's a big shawl. So that doesn't bother me because I'm happy to go with that, and if I run out I can order some more because it's just an off-the-shelf yarn. Obviously if I was using a hand-dyed yarn then I wouldn't do that because I'd be worried I was going to run out and I might not get some more, or it might be different dye lot. Although I don't know, I don't think it would worry me actually if it was hand dyed and it was a different dye lot and it was quite different. I don't think that would make much of a difference if you'd finished a section. I think it would blend in anyway further down because even if it looks slightly different, lighter or darker, there's so much going on in the whole shawl. I really don't think that would worry, but it's just getting your hands on it, isn't it? And obviously the drops alpaca is much cheaper than the hand dyed ones. So yeah, so that is my Stephen West at the moment. So I'm hoping it'll be a lot bigger because I really want to concentrate on that one as well. So I think block of time, because at the moment when I'm knitting on something else, I'm thinking about the Stephen West, but then it's finding the time where I can concentrate and do the whole row and everything because I'm still a bit tense about it. I need to just relax. I really wanted to cast something on for New Year's Day, but I thought no, because I just want to spend more time with those, especially Charlotte Fox, because I started her the beginning of last month, and so I really wanted to, well, be thinking about her clothes by now. So, and there's not a lot of knitting to do. Well, I've got the body to do, that's quite big, isn't it? Okay, I'll take that back. So yes, I wanted to concentrate on a small amount of projects rather than have lots of projects and feel like I'm still not getting anywhere. I feel much more relaxed. Really, ideally, I would have the sweater and one project that needed more attention. So until I was going to say until I've done that, I'm not going to start anything else, but I've got something here that I'm going to start, so that would be a lie. But I'll tell you why. Let's move into something else that I've been doing over the break, and that is sorting out my stash. I don't have a lot of stash because I do see it as a to-do list, not intentionally, but when I see lots of yarn, I think, oh, I should be knitting on that and doing something with it. And even though I love to see other people that have a whole wall behind them with all this beautiful yarn. It's just, if it's mine, I feel like I want to use it, and I am quite minimalist. I sort of lean into minimalism as well. So to me, I want to have things coming in that I've got a plan for. It has been on my mind that I've not been doing any of my cross stitch, and it keeps on poking me every time I'm in the craft room that you're not doing this, you're not doing this. So there was only one thing I could do, and that was pack it up and put it in the wardrobe. I did actually leave out, because I've got some drawers that are in the corner, and I thought, right, I'm not using that now. I did have them so there was seasonally, and that was working with stitching, but I'm just not being called to stitch at the moment. It'll come back. I know it'll come back because it's happened with knitting as well. I'm very much a mood crafter. So I packed all of that up. I left one project out, and I left it actually hanging on the back of this chair so I could see it to try and get me to want to stitch it, and I didn't, so I ended up putting that one away as well. So all my stitching, for everybody that's been asking, is yes, I still love stitching, I'm just not called to do it. So it's packed away, it's in the sealed containers, all safe, so when the itch comes back I will get it out and start stitching again. But I had all those drawers empty, so I wanted to put in, because I'd had quite a lot of yarn for Christmas, I wanted to organise it. So I've organised it all into those. I shall talk about that in a separate video, maybe later on in the week, and because I know all the projects that that's going to be used for, so I shall go through that then. But what I did do is, for my sock yarn, I wanted to sort out all the scraps, because I've had some scraps that have been in there for years, and so I wanted to use up all of those and have a nice fresh start in that top drawer. So I'm not going to say what the project is because we talk about that in the separate video, but in another box, I put them all in this box, and I have been making up some 20-gram minis for a project. So far I have got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 little balls of joy. You can see I've got my gingerbread scraps there. So I've got all those in there. I've got some that have got a few, like the cream, I had quite a few of that colour, and the gingerbread. I thought, do I want to make some mittens or some mitts with it or something? I thought, no, actually, it's not calling to me to make that. I love it on the socks, but I don't really want to do that. So I thought, right, I'm going to put them straight into this because I thought that'd be nice. It'd be a nice starting point for the project to have those as the start. So yeah, I've got lots of different colours and things in there. So I need 24 of these. So as I use some of my new sock yarn, I shall add that to that. And well, add it to the project really, because I am going to be starting this soon. But then all the yarn that didn't make up 20 grams, I then made a magic knot ball. So it looks very scrappy. So all the leftovers, some of it isn't in those because it was less than 20 grams to start with. And some of it was just leftovers, so it's all different lengths on this. So this is going to be a very scrappy crochet granny square. So I am not a crocheter. I can do just trebles, is it trebles? And back to make a blanket. I made this blanket. Oh no, that's knitted, that one that the chair's on, that I've used as a sort of rug. I've got one downstairs that I use all the time, and that's what gave me the thought, is that I can make a crochet blanket. And so just going to do a granny square and just make it as big as I want, but it's going to be for the garden because I'm already thinking about spring, getting out there with my cup of coffee when it's still just a bit chilly, start thinking about the plans for the garden. And so I thought it'd be really nice to have a granny square that I can knit it while I'm out there, and it would just grow and grow, and I can stop when I want to. But any little scraps will go into that garden scrappy blanket. So that is the plan. So I'm quite excited for that. For just a random project, it makes me very happy for some reason. So I think I'm going to start this very soon, because I need to follow a tutorial to get me going. Once I've made the basic one, then I'm fine and I can carry on. But making that first part, I can't remember how I do it, so I'm going to do that. And I know that I'm supposed to go round and then flip it and go back the other way so that it stays more square. So I need to look into that as well. So we shall see. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not a perfect square. It's not going to matter because it's going to be a 4-ply fingering blanket, so it's going to be thin. So I'll probably fold it over and things anyway. But I just thought it'd be fun and it'd be a nice project that I can just take outside with me and just something mindless while I'm mulling over what I'm going to do with the garden and watching the birds and things. So that is the plan with that one. Thank you for joining me. Look out for that video going through my drawers and seeing what's in there and what I'm planning. If you haven't seen the video of the 10 sweaters that I'm planning on knitting, take a look at that because that will tell you there exactly what I'm going to be casting on in the next few weeks. So take care, have a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.